Good morning. It's day 2 here in Normandy in Caen for the 2023 Bronze Nations League. A lot of action already went over yesterday with the first day. A lot of very good results, a lot of very good sitting volleyball. You will see this one will carry on today with the round robin stage before tomorrow the medal day with the bronze medal game at around 9 and then the final, the gold medal final at around 11. Such a great pleasure to have you with us, Hélène Gros, playing for France a couple of years ago, but more than 100 appearances for France. How are you this morning?
A little bit cold to be very honest, but it's going to be, and I won't complain because it's the same for the players, and they are just with their shirts with their match jersey, and I must say it won't be that easy to play this very first game.
And to be very honest
at 9 in the morning.
It was quite wide this morning when waking up here. -2 degrees Celsius here in Caen. We are in the northwest of France, and it's such a great pleasure to have so much action of sitting volleyball today. Well, we will first watch what we got yesterday with the results. We got 5 games. The first one was yesterday morning at 9. A victory for Georgia 3-0, and then a victory for the Netherlands 3-1 against Estonia. At that point of the day, we thought we would have a great game in the afternoon between Estonia and the Netherlands. And this one went pretty fast, with the Netherlands winning 3-0. Well, we can say after this very first day that we think Netherlands is the favorite of this Bronze Nations League.
Yeah, when arriving, they said they were here for gold, and it appears that they had good reason to say that, and it was not totally optimistic. With 2 victories now, Netherlands is on top of the ranking after this first day of competition. Then 3 nations with 1 win and 1 loss: Georgia, France, and Czechia. Estonia, by the time, is ranked 5th and is the last team with 2 losses, but they have the opportunity maybe to get their first victory today. Let's see what's gonna happen versus Georgia.
They took a set to the Netherlands yesterday morning, which is a good result when you see the Dutch roster. And they lost only 3-2 yesterday evening against France. So
yeah, coming back from a 2 sets deficit, so they don't give up even where they're in a bad moment. So I think it's gonna definitely be interesting this morning.
Well, we have to say this game is important between Estonia and Georgia for both teams, of course, in this run on the round robin stage. The first referee for today, this morning, this very first game of the day, is Pierrick Lebalge from France, and he will be assisted by a German coach as a second run. You just see the 2 referees. Zvezdan Alex Kappel, the German guy, will be the second referee for this game. It's very important for Estonia maybe to get a victory pretty early today, because we know nothing is done yet for tomorrow. You have to reach one of the 4 first spots of this round robin to be either in the bronze medal final or in the gold medal final. And we are expecting to see if Georgia is able to come back from their severe loss yesterday afternoon 3-0 against Netherlands. And of course, we will be waiting for the French team to come on court. It will be just a bit later.
11, yeah, versus Netherlands. So it will be a good occasion for France to see how they can be at the best international level. They did great at the World Cup at the beginning of November. With the Netherlands, they also have the opportunity to face one of the top teams in Europe, team also ranked 21st in the world.
Yeah, and to see how they will manage it physically, because we had the chance to commentate 20 sets yesterday, but France played 10 in one afternoon, so just to see how they slept tonight. Everything seems to be okay since the staff is already here in the gym. And Estonia-Georgia is underway with Tam serving first.
A net fault, and Ivar leave. Agreeing with Pierrick Lebalge's decision.
He's quite always agreeing. One of the most fair play player of this event, maybe.
Oh, great effort by number 9 of Georgia, David Kacheshvili.
And this second day, we will also have to check, especially for these two teams, how they will manage, because they only travel to 7 players.
Yeah, and yesterday already Georgia has to play this first match in the morning, which means they have to wake up quite early.
Well, on the
after long and difficult travel.
On the Georgian side, we saw Mirjanashvili coming in sometimes, but for the Estonian side, we didn't see yet Eget Erlin, which means the 6 players have played all of the points for Estonia, with some players already 56 for Ivaliv serving.
And with this 3 sets to 2, at it was the last match yesterday night, so also how...
Yeah, true. We said that France played 10 sets.
Did they feel this morning? Yeah,
they already played 9
they
yesterday.
Played 9. It was only 6 players, so.
Oh, good solution found by the captain, Margus Hoop.
Yeah, because the set was clearly under the net, so he had no opportunity to spike, and he put the ball very deep and scored for his team.
This one was behind the 2-meter line for David Gulgenidze. We'll come back once again if you're joining us for the first time and watching sitting volleyball for the first time on the rules. As you can see, you have the line on the floor. It's not the 3-meter lines that you know in volleyball, but a 2-meter line since the field is smaller here. And as you are playing in the back row, you have to spike behind this line if you want to have a correct spike. Not quite a great serve from Captain David Davlashidze. He's able to serve pretty hard, but this one was far below the net level. Well, our very first campfire, which is quite good with this fresh morning here in Caen. Good for us, not that good for Estonia in this defensive system.
Yeah, Besai and Gudusha chose not to hit strongly, but just put the ball in the middle of the field. There is a lucky one for Milistam, with the ball hitting the net, rolling on it, but remaining inside the court.
Karel Lumik ready to serve for Estonia. Estonia is 1 in front, 6-5 in this first set. Yeah, good blocking action by Ivan Liv.
Yeah, with the setter in position 2. The 2 blockers were already in front of the middle attacker of Georgia. Let's see how Liv is already...
Well,
yeah, maybe the option to go back row for number 9. David Kacheshvili. Otherwise, the 3 blockers have only half the court to cover. First and by the setter is also a solution.
It's not the best start of the game for the captain of Georgia that we see with his number 11, David Davlashidze. 2 unforced errors pretty early in this game. But this one is a great dig. Oh, and then the miscommunication from Georgia. Well, it's interesting. If Estonia can win this one, we could have, after this game, 4 teams with 1 victory. Which means the ranking will be pretty tight tonight to know who will play which game tomorrow. It will be really close, because just to remember, you will not counting into points, as you currently know, with a 3 points victory or 2 points victory if you win to the tiebreak.
But if we have several teams with the same number of victories, then it's going to be a little more intricate. We will have to calculate to divide the number of sets And maybe wait a little moment before being able to find the official ranking at the end of this day.
But I know that besides studying Georgian as a foreign language, Hélène, you're pretty good at mathematics, so it will be pretty easy for us. Estonia is still in front, 11-7. And we see the stands here of this Palais des Sports in Caen, with the crowd already coming in with this early morning, ready to cheer for Estonia, for Georgia, but also later for the game between France and the Netherlands. Good block out, this one done by Margus Hoop. He's an interesting player.
Yeah, that's the reason why he's the captain of this team. I wouldn't like to have to receive the ball with this forest of ants hiding the server.
Yeah, and to remind you, in sitting volleyball, you are completely allowed to try to block the serve, which is not the case in volleyball. And the timeout is called by Georgia with this 5 points lead for Estonia at the start of this first game of day 2 here in Caen. And if you are just joining us on this live stream, we give you one more time the schedule for today. At 11, France will be facing the Netherlands. And then in the afternoon session, 3 more games. Czechia against Estonia, Georgia against France, and the very last one of this round-robin stage, the Netherlands again. They will face Czechia for this very last game. And as we already told you, tomorrow morning, the bronze medal final and the gold medal final to end this 2023 Bronze Nations League host in France. Estonia with no coaching staff on the bench. They have one substitution, but no coach, which means they have to coach themselves. They only have a team manager traveling with them, but he's sitting just behind the bench.
Oh, great block, monster block by Georgian captain David Davlashilidze. It seems that he is getting in the game now.
Yeah, this one is out, but well, Estonia still has the lead, but only 3 points now. Good timeout for Georgia.
And block out from this time by Marek Perimagi. No, it was Karl Lumik. Sorry for that.
Right, Medzaste is serving through the middle. Great dig by Liev.
It was a good try, but he was far from the net.
He has a strong shoulder, able to spike very strong, but this one was clearly out of bounds. And Estonia leading by 6, and that's the second timeout call for Georgia already. Quite a strange competition for them currently. They had an easy victory yesterday morning against Czechia. Then they struggled a lot yesterday afternoon against the Netherlands, and once again this morning, it's pretty hard for them to get into this first game of the day. So we know they arrived pretty late on Thursday here in France. A lot of very experienced players. They won the Invictus Games twice together. The first team to win 2 times in a row the Invictus Games in sitting volleyball, in 2017 in Toronto and then in 2018 in Sydney. But after this one, we didn't see them very much. They played the European Championships in Kemer in 2021, but since then, no more appearance at international level for this Georgian side.
And lifting called
We could say
committed by captain.
the alligator is back tomorrow morning here in the
Yeah.
gym. That's the movement that you will see from the referee with this specific mistake that you can do in sitting volleyball, losing control with the ground. It's absolutely not called alligator. It's just the way that it looks like.
It's not the official vocabulary.
No, it's absolutely called lifting.
Yeah, when hitting or blocking the ball, your butt have to be in touch with the floor.
Very good block, this one. He was pretty high, David Kachishvili. That's maybe the main strength from this Georgian team. As we used to talk with the French staff, they said it's pretty deep when they are playing at the net. Then you can find some solutions trying to make them move on the floor, but at the net, they're pretty high and it's hard to go through.
Yeah. Again, only one blocker, and Piri Maggie get cooked.
Yeah, this one is in for Margus Hoop, and he will head behind the service line. Estonia still in front.
And Milistam is angry with his teammates, with this ball falling in the middle of all them. Oh, that was a great play by Lumik.
Yeah, after a miscommunication, it's always great when you can score the point for your team and turn his position. I wouldn't say a comfortable lead, but still a 4 points lead, 19-15 for Estonia. Well, the quality of the set was not optimal for Piramegi, and you see the head coach from Georgia, Sulkan Akvedjani. I have to tell you, I worked on his name the whole night. That's the reason why I know how to say it now. Not an easy name to pronounce for us.
Good dig by Margus Hoop. But a net fault, I think. Oh, I would have said from the Estonian side. I was wrong.
It's never easy when you have all these arm forests moving around the net. Georgia unable to block this one, even if Enver Gigliagami tried it. Another lifting called against David Kachishvili.
So even when setting, you can do a lifting. Good job at the net by Milistam.
Oh, it sounds like this very first set is going to be for Estonia. That's the very first set point for them, 24-15.
Oh, what a serve by Lumik.
While with a 9-point lead, you can try to serve so hard, and that pays off. 25-15 for Estonia, this very first. And after 3 very difficult sets yesterday for Georgia against the Netherlands, this one is pretty tough also on this early Saturday morning here in France.
The partners of this Bronze Nations League
the very important partners, very important to organize such an international event. Of course, the city of Caen, the Calvados area where we are this weekend, all the private partners, Harmonie Mutuelle, Carrefour Market, Biscuiterie de l'Abbaye, Imprimerie Lebrun, Domaine des Cinquantaines, and of course, the club hosting us for this competition, Caen Volleyball. A lot of work done around this one to have great qualities for these athletes to travel here and to play this 2023 Bronze Nations League.
Yeah, thanks to the partners and thanks as well to the volunteers that are coming also very early in the morning and try to put the teams in the best situation possible so that they can perform on the field.
Yeah, because we are starting at 9 with the first game, Ellen, and we are ending our day with the very last game and the very last point. But all the volunteers, they are coming very early here at 7 in the morning, finishing pretty late because we have to reorganize the gym every night for the next day. And that's a huge work on all these volunteers here at Caen. Yeah, you can see the line judge trying to heat up. It's quite, I mean, it's not that cold and outside. Outside we are at -2 degrees Celsius this morning. Inside it's a bit more, but not quite enough to be without sleeves. You also see the first referee trying to warm his hands. And you see the French staff.
They're also have short sleeve. The players are moving on the court so they can get warmer, but for referees it's a hard time this morning.
Well, as you see the players moving on the court and you see them very closely now during this in-between of the sets, it's pretty hot when you're playing, when you're moving a lot. But when you're just standing or staying, it's not that easy. The French team is arriving. They will play at 11, just a bit later. C'est l'occasion, vous l'avez vu, les Français arrivent pour tous ceux qui sont déjà connectés avec nous et qui sont plutôt francophones, amateurs de la langue française. Les Français sont arrivés, ils seront sur le terrain à partir de 11 h et nous, on se concentre sur le premier match de cette journée qui sera forcément important quand il faudra faire les comptes ce soir entre l'Estonie et la Géorgie, avec des Estoniens qui ont plutôt bien géré ce début de match avec un premier set remporté 25-15.
Ouais, match de la dernière chance pour les Estoniens, la seule équipe à avoir concédé par 2 fois la défaite hier. Une nouvelle défaite, les autres vraisemblablement de la course pour la qualification pour demain et ce jour des médailles.
Sorry about this short part in French for our French-speaking followers. We're happy to be with us for this day 2 here in Caen. And the second set of this first game of the day between Georgia and Estonia is underway, with the first point scored by Georgia, but clearly Estonia needs to win this one, as you just told us in French. Hélène, it's very important for them. Otherwise, this very last game they will have this afternoon against Czechia will be quite decisive if they hope to play tomorrow in one of the 2 finals.
And the blockout found by Georgian captain David Daflashelidze. That he is not so far in a great day. Many unforced errors, but so is the whole Georgian team. I think they can do far better than what they are showing us for the moment.
We have to say, yesterday morning when they won pretty easy and pretty quick 3-0, we were hoping a lot from this Georgian team. And we were hoping for a clash yesterday afternoon against the Netherlands, but it wasn't the case. So we were wondering if they were maybe tired of the travel, something like this. It actually can happen. Let's see if they can have a reaction in this second set. This one is against the Estonian captain, Margus Hupp for lifting. Whistled by the second referee. He was on the far side of this action, but still he saw it. It's not easy to see when someone is lifting on the other side of the court because of the three guys lined up at the net.
And Margus Hupp apologizing to his teammates after setting this ball out. But great fight to keep the ball alive, and nice blocker once again, lifting called against him.
Well, not his best position there in two for Margus Hupp.
Well, it's so difficult when you want to block, when you want to have your hands on the ball. Temptation is big to lift a little bit, just to get a little higher.
And once again, this offers us a one-man show from Roman Abashidze behind the service line.
So Gilda Guilleneuve, one of the French setters in the stands, watching this game.
Yeah, he also knows he has a big day coming ahead with the Netherlands first, and then a second game against Georgia.
So
yeah,
maybe trying to get some information about the way the Georgian team plays.
I want to say they probably already came yesterday to have a very first look, but it's never easy. And I had just a short talk with the French statistician. It's never easy when you're playing two games in a row to focus really on the opponent. You're more focusing on what you can bring on court. It's not easy to have a lot of data on all the other teams.
Yeah, for French players, it's certainly better right now to focus on the Netherlands and not begins to think of what's gonna happen in the afternoon.
Yeah, for all of
4
you.
p.m. for the game.
If you're discovering sitting volleyball or volleyball, the importance of statistics and data, Jordan Cos, the French statistician, he told me yesterday night after the game from France, I have some corrections to bring, some timestamps to adjust. Well, I have to work only on 2,700 lines tonight. That's quite a long way before you go to bed.
And it was a quiet evening with only over 2,000 line of data to treat.
Yeah, just for you to imagine how much data is important in this job of the statistician. I think it's the first time of the competition Georgia is taking a timeout, leading in the set, but this lead just decreased. They're only 1 point ahead currently in this second set. Good set. Well played from Georgia.
Was a powerful hit by the captain. Now behind the serve line.
You can see the team manager from Estonia, Sandalat, just sitting behind the bench, ready to help for bringing some more water or to help outside the court to his Estonian side, but he's not sitting on the bench, not a technical officer from this Estonian side.
Net fault whistle by Zvezdan Alexis Capel, the German second referee of this match.
He was staying at the right place, evenly. Not a perfect situation for David Kachishvili.
We didn't know exactly whether the set was for the back row player or the front row player.
Of course, it wasn't clear. Good dig. Oh, quite a bit of luck with this one. He touched it with the...
Yeah, because once again, Marek, Enver Gigliemani touches the ball first, but I think Besarian Gudushari was also ready to play it.
You see the French roster arriving slowly here at the gym. We'll probably see quite soon the Netherlands also. and Czechia will play only this afternoon their 2 remaining games. This was a quick set, but once again, good dig by Estonia. Through the middle.
Bessarian Gudushari finished the point. The 9th for Georgia, still ahead in the second set. David Kachashvili. Karel Lumik from the back row.
It's interesting if Georgia is able to win this second set to see how the game can go on. But Estonia is really not ready for this one. They need absolutely a victory in this morning's first game, which will make it even harder for us to make the calculation for the ranking, but that's the way it works. Enver Babu Giglimiani.
58-year-old player. The oldest in his team and one of the oldest in the competition.
Yeah, that's also something very important to mention in sitting volleyball, the length at which you can play sitting volleyball. If I remember well, we have an athlete with more than 70 playing in Rouen last year.
Yeah, and one with over 500 selections, appearances under the national jersey.
That's quite a lot. When we say, I saw in the introduction, you have more than 100, it's quite a lot already, but 500, it never happens in sports.
And the point to be replayed. Millie Stam serving.
$12 for Georgia, 11 for Estonia. Still a short lead for Georgia. Quick set through the middle, but great dig once again. It's sometimes when you try to go deep into the court, pushing the ball on position 5 or 6, that you can find some solutions.
And Benjamin Lacroix-Desmas, the French captain, with an early warm-up.
Yeah, he will need to be in good shape today, the French setter. Is one of the options for Dominique Duvivier, especially when he decides to play with 2 setters on the court. And he is the captain of Team France. So he's maybe showing to his teammates how to go into this game, into this day 2. Well, this time it's sure Estonia is back in track. 13 for Georgia, 13 for Estonia.
Lifting. And David Gogonidze getting furious about this decision taken by Pierrick Lebalch, the French referee. I think it might be a yellow card for Gogonidze losing his nerves. He estimated that there was a fault on the Estonian side that wasn't whistled by the referees.
Well, there was a discussion.
So then Alexis Capel asking the Georgian player to calm down.
This one is in, and it's maybe more with good spikes like this one that they can reach this second set more than getting angry with some referee decisions. Never good to lose energy on something you cannot control on court. And the substitution will come.
Yeah, and David Gorgonidze gonna sit a little bit on the bench. He doesn't want to listen to his coach Sulkan Agvlidiani.
It's smart from the Georgian setter. And the ball is still alive. Stand behind the 2-meter lines.
And this ball is out. And Estonia is now taking a 3-point lead. They won the first set 25-15.
Yeah, this one is much tougher for them to control. Georgia was in front, then now they have a 2-point lead. But nothing is done yet.
No, they're 2 points behind under the eyes of Benjamin Lacroix-Desmaz. Still warming up, getting ready for the game versus Netherlands at 11 a.m. I think Mirianashvili in defense maybe touched this ball. That's what the referees think. And it makes David Gorgonidze totally mad.
He was very angry when coming out, and then he's smiling about everything going on because it's not the way they expect to go. One of these very first decision was, I mean,
we saw him drinking, yeah. Cool down a little bit.
It's never easy to judge a lifting, you know. Player is moving, he's trying to keep contact with the floor. And sometimes when you're playing, you're not even feeling that you're losing the ground.
No, it's such a natural movement. When you lift the arms, the whole body follows.
But 19-15, that's the score in this very first set currently.
Bessarian Gudusari is who is his captain, just to translate what is saying Pierre Klobalch. And this one, the yellow card is falling on the head of Georgian number 13, David Gorgonidze, clapping for this decision.
He already got one
ironically. Yeah, he's kind of specialist of a
This is kind of
card.
a challenge for him to get carded each time he's playing. No, I'm of course joking, but
he's just very emotional. He put his guts really on the court, and somehow I can pretty well understand
because he's
his
a
reactions.
good player on the court, but he's losing so much energy in considerations like this one about referee decisions.
And I think Sulkan Agvlidiani won't put him back on the court before he's a little
he
more
wants him to calm down,
quiet.
of course, yeah. It could even just go worse for
It wouldn't
Georgia.
be good for him, it wouldn't be good for the team.
20 for Estonia, 16 for Georgia in this second set.
Good action by Buba Gigliomiani. Oh yeah.
Yeah, substitution in the other way.
Yeah, on the front row, obviously Gorgonidze maybe more helpful than Mirianashvili, that used to be a libero.
Let's see if Georgia is able to do something in this second set. They are 4 points behind. Not an easy set, this one.
This one also was very far, but Karel Lumik
Oh, first time we see the moppers today.
big hit anyway.
One hand set. And Georgia unable to dig this one. David Davlashevidze.
And at the beginning of the rally, number one from Georgia tried to set directly, but he played it in the middle, just on Karel Lumik, instead of putting it on the line, where Purimagi had no time to get back on the court. So he had a good idea, but then you have to do the right action as well.
Yeah, miscommunication between Millie Stam and Eva Leaf. Leaf tried to do such a right arm, left arm move, but unsuccessful. Well, the best that could happen for David Gogonidze is that this second set goes to an end and then moving to the other side for something new.
And it's already a set ball, set point for Estonia. Erased by Gogonidze.
24-19.
But 5 set points left for Estonia. With the first attack.
Great block from Eva Leaf to make this second set 2-0 for Estonia. What's a difficult morning for Georgia here in Caen. Of course, they're unhappy with this referee decision, but it's not the reason why you are losing 25-15, 25-19. But of course, this decision, something went wrong after this decision, after this yellow card. They couldn't try to focus anymore on the court. And that's the thing. They have to change. They have to find now, during these 3 minutes of changing side.
Yeah, they were doing some very good things at the beginning of this second set. Then Estonia came back, and then David Gogonidze lost his mind, and it was not good for the Georgian team, definitely.
Yeah, that's the way I think it. Estonia won the first set for sure, but it sounds like more than Georgia lost the second one before of their mindset and the way they behaved on court. And that's the thing they have to change if they want to come back in this game.
Yeah, they were arguing with the referees rather than playing their volleyball.
And that's also the great moment for us to thank the partners from Para Volley Europe taking part in this event. Gerflor, well, that's the partner for this Terraflex, the perfect ground that the players have. Molten for the balls, with which they are playing and managed for the sports management partner of Para Volley Europe, represented this week here by Nelo Kaleha, the general manager, and Isabel Colo, head of communication of this Para Volley Europe association. And we already said it yesterday, but if you just came today with us on the live stream, it's the very first time in France we have such a new ground for the sitting volleyball team. He has been ordered and prepared especially for this competition, and he will then be used for the French teams and the French clubs to develop the discipline here in France. It's growing year by year when we see the level of the French teams, both male and female. And this tool is clearly very good.
I think that someone should bring gloves to this poor Pierre Lebalch.
That's maybe the reason why he took such a cold decision against David Gorgonidze, this yellow card. Yeah, but it's clearly not very warm. You see, when you saw the French team arriving, they are dressed pretty warm just behind the referee. But one thing sure was when Netherlands will arrive, we will see them with their orange dress. It's pretty easy to see them. Not an idea of if Georgia is doing some text messages or some statistics, Miriam Miranashvili.
Just checking what you said on the previous set, and then David Gorgonidze gonna come to you.
No, or maybe,
to me, maybe.
maybe connecting on the live stream to see what we think about the tactical solutions that they could find. Good spike, and this one will not come back. That's a good one from Captain David Davlashvili.
Let's see how Georgia will react now.
Estonia was quite lucky with this net touch by the ball of David Davlashvili, but then the spike from Karl Lumik is out of limits.
Lumik again.
First mailbox of the day?
Yeah.
At 9:40? Yeah, it sounds quite
David
logical.
Kachashvili was a little late. He kept his hands on his own side. That's why this boîte aux lettres happened. A great serve on an ace for Ivar Liv.
Happy with his successful serve.
Oh, maybe it was out, but when you're not sure, it's better not to let a ball fall.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't sure that Medzaste touched the ball or not. Yeah, but this one looked far away. Or sometimes when you're looking in the air, you don't even know where your body is placed on court, where the line is. Something wrong with the scoreboard? Georgia is unhappy with the score.
Yeah, but I don't know whether they are right or not, but once again, just focus on the court, on the way you play.
Yeah, they were thinking, counting in their mind, it's 3-3. But it's only now they were pretty sure that they already scored 3 points. Honestly, I cannot remember if the score was wrong or right, but since the scorer is following this one on a software with the position and so on, it could look strange to have a mistake, but it sometimes happens with the devices, with electronics. They will try to fight back, and that's why Sulkan Agvediani is clapping. David Davlashvili ready to show. They are double checking something on the screen. So there was indeed a mistake, corrected right now, and it stands 5 points to 4 for Georgia. So they were right.
Yeah, they were right.
But still, they lost some energy for contesting this one. But yeah, it's important to have an early lead for them in this third set. Estonia is leading 2-0 currently.
Oh. Not the best serve is Margus Oop's life.
Well, at least if you can try not to injure your own teammates with a bad serve. Because it went directly in Lumik's arm.
That was a good serve, and Hilarlev didn't know whether it he had to play it with 10 fingers or not. Oh, not far, but too long.
It's not quite clear what they are always doing at the net, if they are just getting ready to counter block or just trying to hide something. It's not very clear.
Both at the same time.
But that's something you have to know, because if you're allowed to block the serve, you're allowed to counter block. And when you're playing, because I had the chance to try it, it's never easy to judge when you have to put your arms over the net, not to counter your own serve.
Yeah.
So you have to be pretty reactive at this part of the game.
Yeah, it would look pretty stupid if the other blockers
especially if
put their hands down and you block your own serve. Yeah, but at this level, it's very rarely happens.
Free ball for Georgia through the middle, and the point goes to David Gorgonidze. He's quite back with his mind on court now.
And Georgia gets a 2 points lead.
Long rally, another dig for Georgia. That's a good block, very strong block from Millie Stam.
Who kept looking his opponent maybe a little bit too long. But
yeah, that's also something.
Nothing really mean.
The same rule as in volleyball, you're not supposed to stay in front of your opponent, you have to turn around and to celebrate
with your teammates, obviously.
Well, it's the key of the celebration. You celebrate with someone and not against somebody. That's the key.
Morgan Troussard,
French spiker, still wearing some warm jacket, even inside the gym. Yeah, with the temperature, it will maybe take a bit longer today to warm up.
Yeah.
Especially in the morning when you wake up, you just come out from the breakfast and you need some time to get your body ready to compete. And that's the moment in the set. We already saw it in the second one that Estonia is going in front. Yeah, the scoreboard wasn't quite right, so it's a 1 point lead now for Estonia.
It was this unprecise set by Bessarian Gudushari.
Yeah, but clearly a key moment for Georgia if they want to stay back in this game.
Oh, this one is really smart. Like Georgian captain.
In between a short spike and a short tip, something hybrid.
Spin shot.
Is it touched by the block or another net fall called against Georgia? 12-11. Estonia in front. Right Medzaste serving.
Oh, it was almost a blockout, except the ball touching Perimagi's head. He was on the trajectory. Bad luck for the Estonian spiker.
Well, if Georgia is aiming to serve well with David Devlashelidze, this game is not over yet. Serve was good. And this point is for Georgia, coming in front once again. But they're able to go further in this game. They are led 2-0. Maybe too much in a hurry, this one for David Kachishvili. He had one more contact possible with one of his teammates. Blockout find by Bessarian Gudushari. Not only a player, but also a translator in this team. Something important when you are captain, to have somebody able to help you through the talk with the referees, but also with the organization if you need something.
And also a good blocker, Bessarian Gudushari.
Yeah, he's multitask. Don't worry.
Yeah, multiple contacts by Milistam. And Georgia is ahead now by 3 points. Kachishvili is serving. And blockout found as well by Stam. Kabal Lumik serving to try to get Estonia's back in this set. Good job by Gogenidze, much more efficient. Now he's calmer. Good cover by Lumik. And a bad contact whistled by the referees.
Yeah, it's always tough to judge because it's the first contact, so we are a bit more tolerant on this one, but still a 2 points lead for Georgia. Well, it looks like they are able to win this one. Clearly they are 3 in front, 18-15, but as you know, nothing is never done before. The 25th is on the
Arno
floor.
Bessa for this kiss cam. Morgan Troussard saying goodbye for a moment to his girlfriend, because the French team is now
Heading to the locker, yeah?
yeah.
But it's something you also have to manage, because they're going to the locker, but you never know how much time this game.
Yeah, maybe it's over in 10 minutes if Estonia comes back in this third set, but maybe we go to a tie break and we are still here in more than an hour. Milistam. And it's an ace. First time with this very deep serve.
They have to find some solution in reception, otherwise Sulkan Akvidiani will definitely take a timeout.
A great dig and Estonia fighting.
Strange way to bring this one back.
Double touch by Ivar Liv.
Well, David Gugenidze will be serving 20-17, and the French supporters are slowly entering the gym, coming into the stands.
Great block by David Davlashilidze.
And the captain is asking a timeout. There were some hesitation, but since there is no coach on the bench, it's asked directly from the court by the captain. Estonia is 4 behind in this third set, but leading 2-0. Well, and then you just have to watch them. currently when you go into a timeout is to find some tactical solutions, but it's just a time to have some drink, to sit down on a chair. Nothing regarding tactics, techniques. It's just really a timeout.
Yeah, just a time to rest, to release a little bit. I think they are all quite experienced players and they basically know what they have to do, but
Yeah.
they need the physical resources to be able to do.
And they do not have many options tactically, sorry. They could bring Eget Erling on the court, but no idea if he's maybe injured. We haven't seen him yet.
I think he just stays quiet on the bench and he
Or maybe
doesn't even warm up, so I think
we never know. They may be waiting for Sunday to bring him as a special weapon.
as the Factor X.
What a great rally once again. And the point goes to Estonia.
Yeah, because Limiani is back row and his bet was
In front of the 2-meter line, yeah?
yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you for helping me.
No, you were hesitating between
Yeah.
2 meters or 6 foot, what we
Yeah.
told yesterday.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
It's not quite clear, but we double-checked it. It's 2 meters, as we are used to count the distance in Europe. While Georgia is getting closer and closer from the wind in this third set. 23-19, 2 more points needed. Well, probably not the way Roman Abashidze expected to do it. Medzaste to serve. In between both arms of David Kachishvili. This spikes through the middle by Karel Lumik. And the timeout is called by Georgia. They need to find something to score 2 more points in this third set. Estonia is back on the bench also to have some drinks, some towel to dry themselves. It's really strange to see a team like this one with absolutely no tactical discussion together. Only some motivation, some fresh water. It's not quite an issue if the water is not too fresh this morning. As you already know it, it's quite cold outside.
Yeah, good warm cup of tea.
Yeah, probably
Would be
they
good
should
also.
maybe put some coffee in their bottles this morning.
21-23 in this third set. Metsaste serving for Estonia. And it's a first set point for Georgia now.
Yeah, 24-21. 3 sets points ahead for Georgia if they hope to come back in this game.
Wow, what a block by Babu Enver. Giglemiani.
And that's it for this third set. Georgia is not quite back in the game, but it's only a 1-set lead now for Estonia. This game is clearly not over now. We'll have some more action before the upcoming schedule here in Caen, with France taking on the Netherlands at 11. Well, that's the theoretical time.
A little later.
And the Dutch guys just arrived here at the gym, and they're all wondering, both French team and the Netherlands, if they have to go to the locker room right now or to wait some more minutes. It's very important to have the perfect timing in the warm-up and so on. So they have to take care of what's going on here on court. The partners from this competition, Paravolley Europe. Jeffro for the floor. The first time we have such a great Taraflex dedicated to sitting volleyball. Molten for the balls and managed for the sports management partner of Paravolley Europe. And it's great to have this event here in France. Also a great way for France to prepare for the upcoming Paralympics next year in Paris. Because sitting volleyball, if you don't know and if you're not common with the discipline, is a sport present at the Paralympic Games.
And it's a pretty new sport in France, so obviously the French team is a very new team also, and they need as many matches as possible to get ready for this Paralympics, where they will face the top nations of sitting volleyball in the world. So the schedule of this second day, already told, France and Netherlands are getting ready for their game, which will take place at 11, but then in the afternoon, 3 more games. Czechia versus Estonia at 2 p.m. At 4 p.m., France will be back on the court to face Georgia, and then the last match on this second day and the last match of this round-robin stage will be between the Netherlands and Czechia, and then we will know which teams will compete on Sunday with only 2 games scheduled, the bronze final and the gold final. Yeah. So one team, the team ranked 5th at the end of this day, won't play tomorrow.
Saturday the 2nd of December 2023. Only 22 more days before heading to the Christmas party here in France, and we are celebrating something special in France. Maybe you don't know it, Hélène. On the 2nd of December is the victory, if you're specific on history, the victory of Napoleon in Austerlitz was on the 2nd of December, and that's the reason why all French officers are partying today here in France.
And after this cultural break, and thanks for it, Julien, we're back to sport and back to sitting volleyball.
It was a cultural break for us after a water break for the players. They needed some rest too.
We are now all ready for this fourth set, beginning now with Bessarian Gudushari serving for Georgia.
Great dig by Georgia. The net is moving, and net fault. No, it's not a net fault call. It's wrong contact. Yeah. Whistled against Georgia. And this first point of this fourth set goes to Estonia. That's a strong one by Captain David Davlashilidze.
And yes, the Georgian captain now totally awake. He had tough beginnings in this game, but it's getting better and better.
It's always very impressive to watch the emotions on David Gurgenidze's face. And we had some emotions yesterday here with all these kids, all these pupils coming in the afternoon to watch the first game of France. More than 1,500 people in this gym. Very first time in France that we had such a great attendance for a sitting volleyball game.
Yeah, record attendance for France, or maybe in Europe, as many foreign players told us that they had never had the occasion to play in front of so many spectators.
That's our French modesty, we say only in France. But that's true, Paravolley Europe official told us they never thought such a great attendance in Europe. Well, I cannot remember how big was sitting volleyball in London for the Paralympics 2012, but in the recent history of the competitions of Paravolley Europe, for sure we hadn't such a big crowd And yeah, the Czech spiker and setter Adam Simonek just told us after the game in the interview, we were lucky to be just sitting here in such a great atmosphere and playing in front of so many people. Oh, the ball went over the net on the Estonian side. But there is a net fault.
A net fault, yeah. It happens often when you push the ball, you keep pushing and then your forearm touches the net.
One more time. Second whistle against Enver Gigliarmi. I would say it's important for Georgia if they can go in front and take the lead pretty early in this fourth one. But Estonia also wants this victory. They need it. They didn't win yesterday.
They need it, yeah.
Well,
even more than Georgia, the Georgian team, who won its first game in the competition.
well, to be completely honest with you, we had the luck to have dinner not very far away from the table of Estonia yesterday night, and they took some time to have a drink after the first day, so it's in a good atmosphere. Of course, sports is important, but also the relations and the team spirit that they can build together. And this dinner looked quite great, even after 2 losses. Georgia is in front, 7 points to 5 in this first set of this first game here at day 2 in Caen. We have 4 more games remaining after this one, a long day ahead, and a lot of beautiful sitting volleyball to watch for you. Well, that's not the way he... Maybe it was to play with Pierrick Lebalge, the first referee, but not the target he was aiming.
But he had a great serve on the line previously, so why did he decide to change? Got more risk to make a mistake.
It's always this great question between doing something safe or doing something to put some hard work for the reception.
And Ivarliv touched the net.
Oh, he had a great blocking action just before, but this time Roman Abashidze cannot do something else than just having this ball ending on his head. Just some mopping break on the right side of the court with the line judge helping. And a warm thank you to all the live stream crew working around this competition to bring you all this competition live with some awesome work from the French Federation to have such a live stream quality.
Pesayan Gudushari waiting for a ball and ready to serve now. It was more a save at the beginning, and it turned out into a winning action for Ivarliv.
Well, Georgia has a short lead in this fourth one, but Estonia is back. That's a great reaction from Georgia with this spike, direct spike on the serve. Well, David Gurgenidze was ready to serve, but the referee didn't whistle before. Oh, something dangerous could happen with this. Ball kids throwing the ball on court, but that's okay. Thank you. Sorry, we are ready to go.
Nice one by Gavel Lumik.
Well, nothing is over in this game. 11 for both teams in this fourth set. Estonia is leading 2-1. Well, they had such an interesting campfire build, and they found some space with a bit of luck with this block, but nobody was able to.
On the block, it's really difficult to cover this kind of ball. Oh, this one was not bad.
Good blocking action
by David Kacheshvili for Georgia.
And Roman Abashidze with the ball to serve. Touched by the block, still alive. And the point for Georgia. Once again, David Davlashidze. That's the way he can help his teammates on court.
Yeah, attacking on the second touch, so that the Estonian block had no chance to be in front of him. And a break hit by Rate Metsatse.
Well, 13-0. Bit of luck with the net for David Gurgenidze, and no lifting called against him. Of course, we are joking.
Two good reasons to rejoice over for the number 13 of the Georgian team.
Good serve. And the net fall called against Estonia. And Karl Lumik is quite happy with this decision. I mean, he knows that he maybe lost the ground.
Really made this fault.
Good serve once again. This one brings a short break for Georgia in this fourth set. 17-13.
16 for the time being. Maybe the 17th point is coming now.
Oh, sorry,
because
16-13, yeah.
Because Georgia's captain missed this serve.
It's maybe because my brain is freezing cold this morning in the gym. We have to find something, a warm drink, and coffee is available here somewhere. We'll look for this one before the next game at 11 a.m. between France and the Netherlands.
It's very smart tip.
Just ask
by
me something.
Middlestem.
If you need something, Ellen, some tea with or without milk, with or without sugar, there is a place we can find this one for sure, because the live stream camera just found this one.
Nice one and set by Kacheshvili, and then
if my eyes are good, it's now 17. 17
exactly.
Yeah, no.
Congrats.
I was just commenting in the future.
I'm glad you are back with us, Julio. I'm not totally frozen by the time.
Well, I hope my
It may happen a little later in the day, but not already.
My warm-up is quite over, and I will be ready if we have a tie-break in this very first game. Georgia is leading by 3, and now by 4, 19-15.
And timeout called by Marcus Hoop for Estonia.
Well, we'll see how Estonia is able to manage this one. It's exactly the opposite that happened yesterday against France. They were led by 2 sets. This morning, they used to lead 2-0, and now Georgia is looking to be back. A tactical timeout for Georgia, and for Estonia, even if they call the timeout, they're just taking some fresh breeze, some water. Four-point lead for Georgia, with David Kachishvili currently serving. One more point for Georgia. Yeah, the ball just spent too much time on the Estonian hand. And the first blocking action was good from Gurgenidze. The second one, a bit too much in a hurry. But he's smiling again.
Yeah.
Everything is better now. Through the middle, and this one is in. The emotions are so high for him.
Yeah, but that's also what sport is all about. Getting emotions and sharing them with your teammates first and with other people around.
Well, he's at least showing his motivation to win this one. And he agrees with the referee decision, which is quite uncommon for him. Once again, well played through the middle. Bessarion Gudushari for David Gurgenidze. And Georgia only needs 3 more points to reach an eventual tiebreak.
And for the second time,
I mean, it's always easier to agree the referee decision when you are in front.
To the referee, but when you touch the net and you know it, I mean, he never tries to cheat. When he is arguing, he's totally convinced that he didn't make the mistake.
It's always easier when you are leading to say that you agree. When you're back, well, it's not quite the
when
same.
you're struggling to get back in a game.
And the blockout found by Right Medzaste. 23-19 now. Another good rally. It's called out, and Gurgenidze once again showing that he is not quite happy with the...
And timeout called by Sultan Agridani. As Estonia is coming back in this fourth set.
Yeah, only 3 points lead now for Georgia, and they absolutely want to find a way to score these 2 more points. As you can see, we are pretty warm dressed this morning. Yeah, it's not quite.
It's maybe not enough.
No, just to tell you, compared to the players and the referees, I'm quite happy to have long sleeves this morning.
We are not unhappy, definitely, but so
maybe
we're a little cold.
I can try to find you some gloves for the hands, Ilan, because
I have some in my pocket, and I have also a big coat that I could put on, but
we keep this for later. Abashidze to the middle. Good block by Estonia. It's still living. Oh, what a great point for Georgia. And he's always so happy.
He's also a showman, and that's great. You just live.
We have a lot of showmen in Georgia. Abashidze behind the line. Set point for Georgia, 24-20. And that's a block out for Estonia, but there was also a net fault. 3 more options for them to reach this tiebreak. And that's done.
This one is the good one. And we will have a tiebreak on this very first game of the day.
We had the chance to have 2 tiebreaks yesterday. And we start this day 2 with 1 more tiebreak. We can maybe beat the record from yesterday. We only had 20 sets. The maximum we can have out of 5 games is 25. And it starts pretty well with a 5-game match, 5-set match. The toss between both captains with no translation needed at this particular moment of the game.
So Estonia will serve.
Oh, that's funny because they did the toss, but after this one, they couldn't remember who decided to take heads or toss. Yeah, they're not shaking their hands. They're just trying to warming up together, both referees. Pierre Clebage is actually absolutely not taking some information about the score, but just asking for some more gloves to warm himself. A big thank you to the French Federation of Volleyball for especially all the live stream facilities that we have here in Caen, and to his partner Accuracy. For sure, when you go into an organization of such an international event, you need a city, you need a club, but you also need your own national federation to support such a big event. And just before this tiebreak, it's the moment to have a partner break for us. Évidemment, pour tous les Français qui sont déjà connectés avec nous sur le live stream de Paravolley Europe, on remercie la Fédération française de volleyball, ses moyens techniques mis à disposition, le partenaire Accuracy. Et on vous rappelle, puisque vous êtes d'ores et déjà avec nous, que les Français seront sur le terrain. Alors l'horaire théorique, c'est 11 h, mais on a ce fameux délai entre la fin du match précédent et le début du match suivant. Un délai de 16 minutes à respecter. On vous tiendra informé, mais on ne devrait pas être loin de l'heure de début pour les Français face aux Pays-Bas. On est ici en Normandie, à Caen. On remercie la région qui nous accueille, mais également la Ligue de Normandie de volleyball et sa présidente Gaëlle Ramarquez. Alors que vous le voyez, il fait froid ici, mais l'ambiance va se réchauffer. Et d'ici quelques minutes, les Français seront sur le terrain aux alentours de 11 h. Well, the tiebreak to start this day is maybe the way to finish our warm-up, Hélène. But even the referees are looking for some heating sources. They have some
rather cooling down than warming up for the time being, but
everyone is ready to go. Estonia serving first with Tam in this tiebreak.
There is a great first rally and big attack on the line from Estonian captain Margus Oop. Oh, net fault by David Dablachielidze on this attack attempt.
Yeah, just to remind you, if you're not common with volleyball, it's only a 15-point set, this one, the tiebreak. So it's pretty important to take a good start. David Gurgenidze looks ready in this one. Georgia won yesterday morning against Czechia. Estonia still has no victory in this one. Another net fall called against Georgia. And you see the young French supporters already in the stands. They woke up pretty early this morning to be here to attend this first game. And the one from France coming in a couple of minutes.
And a good block. And a 3 points lead early in this tiebreak for Estonia.
The reason why Sulkan Akvedjani takes this first time out in this fifth set. When you do all this work to come back from 0 sets to 2-2, it's not a lot of 2. You want to achieve the job and to have a good tiebreak. And they want to find a solution. And regarding Estonia, should they win this one, it would be the exact opposite of the game they had yesterday against France. And as we told you, and to remind you the format of this event, it's a round robin stage. And tomorrow we will have a bronze medal final and a gold medal final, which means you have to be in the first 4 teams tonight at the ranking to play tomorrow.
Oh, it's gonna be difficult, too difficult for Enver Giglimiani and Bessarian Gudushari to play this ball.
It looks like Georgia is quite happy to have this tiebreak, but probably they don't know even that we are not counting the tiebreaks, but the number of victories. I'm not sure they checked this competitions book.
Anyway, you can't be satisfied with only taking 2 sets. I think they try their best to win this tiebreak and this match. And with a good serve by Roman Abashidze. Great spy by Lumik. 6-3 for Estonia, right? Metsaste serving.
Coffee break for the live stream crew. Important to stay warm and keep the brain connected with the job we have to do.
Big smile on the faces of Margus Hoop and Enver Giglimiani. Not a big smile for Gurgenidze with the passing mistakes.
8 points to 3. They will change that side for the second part of this tiebreak. That's a 5 points lead for Estonia in this tiebreak. And we didn't even mention that Egert Erlin is on the court. Eva Leave is out. And we have Egert Erlin playing in this tiebreak. Number 2 from Estonia.
Oh,
that
yeah,
we
didn't see it at all.
We were too much focused on this coffee break.
Estonian friends for that.
So for sure we don't know if Eva Leave is injured.
We up. Not obviously.
Or if they're using their special weapon for this tiebreak.
And blockout.
The ball.
Maggie in the end of the Georgian captain.
And the second timeout called by Georgia.
Immediately after
Well, with a 6-point
They switch
deficit,
court.
you don't have much time to take a second timeout in this tiebreak. If they want
Yeah,
to find
we
a
go
solution.
only to 15 points, so you can't wait too long before trying something.
Well, Estonia looks pretty safe in this one. They're pretty confident of what they are doing. They are leading 9 points to 3 in this tiebreak.
And we're gonna try after this match to have news about Ivar Leave.
Yeah, 'cause he's a good
Shape.
blocker. He's a good blocker and it's a good player.
Yeah, you're a good player in general.
It will be important to know because Estonia will have a last game this afternoon against Czechia in this round robin stage.
And if they take the win this morning, it could be the match for qualification for Sunday versus Czechia.
This point goes to Georgia just after the timeout. And the Dutchmen are here. They're waiting just behind in the warm-up area because they will play the next game here on the main and only court here in Caen against the host nation, France.
This miss serve by David Devlashilidze gives the 10th point to Estonia. Only 5 points to go to get this first victory in the tournament. 4 points now.
Or Margus Hoop would like to stay behind the service line for 4 more points.
Hey,
He will have one more at
it may
least.
happen. 12-5. Only 3 points to go for the first victory for Estonia in this competition. Two now. It will be difficult for Georgia to come back now in this fifth set.
Yeah, they put a lot of energy to come back from 2-0 to 2-2. And they are maybe lacking of some resources in this one to finish their job. But they look happy with the way they fought back in this game after the civil loss they had yesterday afternoon against Netherlands.
Whoa, the set was
How do you call it? A
under the
submariner?
net.
Full ball context whistled against Estonia. And the timeout is called by...
Yeah, after 3 points in a row for Georgia.
Just to calm everyone down on this one. No reason to
Panic yet.
no, to have some additional stress on this one, for sure. You're leading 13-8 in the tiebreak. You just have to find a solution to have one good reception, one proper set, and then maybe with a spike you can reach a very first match point.
Kachashvili serving. Oh, bad idea for Karl Lumik, who didn't see Gorganidze on the other side of the net, ready to block.
Just had a short view on this device on which the coach are supposed to ask all the timeouts, substitution.
And a miss serve that gives a first match point to Karel Lumik. and his teammates.
For the first victory of Estonia here in this 2023 Bronze Nations League here in France. Good dig by Lumik. Pirimagi in the black, and Stam finishing the job. The first match point is a good one for Estonia, and they win their very first game in this competition, which means when we look at the standings after this first game of day 2, we have the Netherlands with 2 victories and then 4 teams with 1 victory: France, Czechia, Georgia and Estonia.
Yeah, it's going to be very tight until the end, and yeah, definitely Gogonidze very unhappy with the final decision of the 2 referees. He thought that Melis Stam maybe took the ball in the Georgian side, but...
Well, he will have to refocus because Georgia will play this afternoon against France. It will be at 4 p.m. and we will come back in a few minutes here in Caen for the second game of the day. France will take on Netherlands.